What's her name? Is becoming a woman.
Who?
Her.
Oh no. She getting a little bleeding.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, that's why I don't want no girl dog.
No.
That's exactly why I don't want a girl dog.
No.
I don't want no girl dog. Let's see who we got here. Want somebody in the building. We got two somebodies in the building. Say what up when y'all come through, man, so we can.
It's not showing us. Oh, it's little up there.
Yeah. Say what's up when y'all come through, so we can say hi and talk. Know y'all here. Acknowledge you as you come through the door. Don't be shy. We ain't gonna. See, if you look at me like that, they gonna think I'm gonna do something to them. I'm not.
What you gonna do?
I don't know. But I just want y'all to say hi so we can say hey, so we know y'all in here and address you. Hey, Auntie.
That's Auntie Jack.
Yeah. I would tell her to get out of here, but I can't bully my auntie. So she's not a you can't.
She know you raggedy.
She y'all hear her call me raggedy since I got the notification I'm here for. Alright. Buckle your seatbelts. You're gonna learn today. I wish I had cranberry apple juice.
No.
We're gonna let a few more people fall on in here, and then we're gonna get started. We're gonna talk about it.
How is everybody doing?
Yeah, with everything
that's going on.
Y'all excuse my acne. Y'all see this? I'm tripping, bro.
Puberty?
Yeah, I'm going through it.
Aww.
These 6 months.
Lies. You just lie.
Yeah, so
this is that
we're gonna
part.
talk about it. Is you gonna pull that up?
Yeah, I am. That's what
And
I'm
then
actually working
I
on
want to
now.
know if I can pin. I need to be able to pin something to the top. Let's see. Y'all just bear with us so I can figure this out. That sucks.
Yeah, so that's probably not how you do it.
And it is how you do it.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking about the mess that you was making
In
conjunction with that.
Jane.
You almost done?
I'm almost there.
Oh, so when your producer come over, she
so she don't holler at me because I'm gonna have to
She
pin
gonna
this.
still holler at you
There we
because that could have been a link.
Well,
So you still in trouble.
Well,
but I got you.
Yeah, post that and then I'll
I'm gonna
pin
see
it.
what I can do for
I'll
you.
pin it.
All
right, so what's up, man? It's none of y'all. Wanted y'all to say what's up as you come in so we can talk before we get started. But y'all probably just here to be nosy, so let's get it on. You want to tell the people what we're talking about today?
Well, he put swing. What did you put in it as the title? Swingers.
Question mark.
Question mark. Okay, so that question mark is very important.
Question mark. Y'all I'm drinking tequila, so y'all have to excuse me.
Oh, here he go.
I'll be sweating.
But you just took a sip.
I know that.
It's instantaneous.
How you know I ain't had nothing to drink before I came down here? Why would you try to embarrass me in front of these 8 people that's looking at us right now? Continue, please.
I can understand, Auntie. That working from home ain't no joke. I need my space and my people that's in the office. Because sometimes when you working from home, and you sending emails, there are certain people in the office that need to see your face. Because even when I'm in the office, I'll shoot you an email, and if your response is kind of saucy, I'm gonna come see you so that we have an understanding. So there's my take on working from home.
I'm glad she said she enjoyed the videos. I'm glad. Who is that? I don't know. I can't see who that is, but whoever that is, what's up? All right, so let's get to it. Tell the folk what we're talking about.
So he put swingers as the title, which is interesting. But after you explained it to me, it made sense.
Right.
Yeah, because eventually that's where we'll end up discussing. What's that? I don't know.
Yeah, that's family.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And where are we starting? Oh. I drew a blank. Did you see that?
Yeah, we starting with so we're starting with the conversation.
Well, see, I don't even remember.
Okay,
the
so
conversation.
here we go. Okay, so
that's on you. I
we,
don't know nothing about
as
that.
we've stated in previous episodes, we have both just got out of very controlling and very boxed in relationships.
And mine probably wasn't really controlling.
Right.
Hey, Diana. Mine probably wasn't. Where's your camera? Because I keep feeling like I'm looking off.
It's on the right side.
It looked like my eyes do that, and they don't do that.
It's the pinhole camera.
Where it's at?
It's right here. See? Right,
Okay,
right
good.
there.
I just need to know who's filming me because I'm not gonna be out here looking cockeyed. But I got married really young, and the person that I married
Y'all can share this too.
was
Like
raised
and
in the
share.
church. So even while we were dating, it was Sundays. They expected him to go to church, and if we was dating, then they expected me to go to church. And I went right into being married, and then him deciding to work in ministry and becoming a minister and being a minister's wife with 2 very young children. And from there, I mean, like, he was up preaching on Sundays, and I was sitting out in the crowd with my children, very well behaved, one on my lap and one right next to me, because that's what you're supposed to do. And so we went from that church to another church, and then I led a children's ministry, and then it was just like there was this box where I went from being, and I met him when I was maybe 16. So I was in that very controlled box of Christian expectation, and where I went from being wild and free because my parents, not that I was a heathen, but I didn't have to go to church every Sunday. My mother prayed over me, but I saw her at church in pictures when I got baptized and at my wedding. Yeah, that's pretty much it. My dad would take me to random churches throughout the city here and there. When I was younger, he never had a church home, so we never went anywhere consistently. But I was just very, I was free as a teenager. And then I met him and kind of got into the church and the box, that I call it, that you have to behave a certain way and do things a certain way. So in my 20s, when I should have been partying and exploring and getting to know who I was as a person and what I wanted as a person, and as a woman what I needed, and as a wife, even being a young wife, figuring out what my expectations were and what I required, I just needed to shut up and show up. and that was it. So when I did finally revolt against the system, in that last maybe year and a half of my marriage, I was wild. I did what I wanted to do when I wanted to do it, and then dude came along.
She met the kid, and so for me, I've pretty much been very straight-laced for the majority. I got into a lot of stuff, and as these episodes go, we'll be doing some individual stories about things from our childhood. So I did my fair share of wild stuff, but I think that between me raising children when I was younger, I my mom worked. She was a single mother, so I did most of the child raising with my younger brother and sister, and going straight from turning 18 to moving into my own apartment, getting married right away, having a daughter right away, and moving from childhood basically into adulthood, and working and taking care of a family and taking care of a kid. I did what I thought you were supposed to do. So I didn't really go to the clubs, and I didn't really, do the things that, hey, get away from over there. I didn't really do the things that people normally do in their. Was you gonna go to the profile?
Absolutely. Where's my phone? As a matter of fact. But
so I didn't really do the things that people normally did in their 20s. So it got to a point where I was kind of itching and fiending for a regular life, You know, I tried to do and be what everybody else needed me to be. I was trying to be a husband. I was trying to be a father. I was trying to be, you know, church member. I was trying to do all these things that everybody else wanted me to be. So I didn't have time to figure out who I actually was as a person. And similar to her, once I kind of got from under the heel of that first marriage, like I wilded out. I was a wild boy. So with us both having those similar backgrounds and similar stories, we kind of found each other as partners, and we kind of wild out together. So go ahead, you wanna?
Where we going?
So initially, we'll talk about what initially happened. So last week, if y'all tuned in, we talked about what's up, bro. My Dre tell you, wild boy. Last week we talked about the strip club and the strippers and all the different things that happened while we was inside the strip club. So I made mention of when we went to the circus, which is on the border on South 27, Circus. We went there, and when we was there, it was so dope for me because I was able to go and it not be strange or not be. I don't have to hide. Well, I did have to hide, but I didn't have to hide from her going. So it was cool. I was excited about it, and so we went to On the Border, and we sitting at the stage, and this dancer who smelled like stripper, like. If for my people who go to the strip club, you know what that smells like. You can't describe it, but you know what it smells like when somebody walk. Like anything that's got candy in it smells like candy. That's the smell of stripper. So the girl crawls across her lap, and she made this face like it took her away for like that fast, and then she pulled herself together. But me being the observant person that I am, I keyed in on that.
That's what we gonna call it.
Yeah, that's what it was. I was watching. So I keyed in on that. So I'm like, I'm gonna just put a filler out here because I want to see where she at. So I started kind of like the thing about us was, especially early on in our relationship, we had the ability to share anything with one another. Like, she used to tell me about boyfriends, and like I literally be biting the inside of my mouth.
That's because you were a poser. Hey, Mars.
I was not a poser. Hey, boo.
And you was acting like you was my friend.
I was trying to get in. And the best, I'm going to help y'all real quick, fellas. The best way to get somebody that you like is to be their friend first, and you find out everything that they like, everything that they don't like, and that goes for all aspects of life, in their sexual life, in their relationship wise, they like flower, whatever. You find that out on the front end, then you don't make so many trip ups going into the relationship. So you got to do your homework. You can't just, all women are not the same, so you can't love them the same. You can't make love to them the same. You have to do your research. Find out, like the last girl you liked, she liked her hair pulled. You go and try to pull this new girl hair, she got traction. She don't like that. So you got to find out what she like. So I was digging in. So we sharing with each other. And so I had told her about a fantasy of mine and some things that I was trying to make happen before that I didn't get to have. And so you know how fellas, you know how you do, you be like, I really want to do it, but I know you ain't down for it. So you kind of you put it out there, but if she ain't receptive to it, you can reel it back in there. So I put it out there, and so she like, oh boy, you don't know me, you don't know what I be into, and I was like, ding, that little light went off. So I went to work. So I started talking to her about it, and we started developing what the parameters of our early relationship was going to be. And so we had started talking about bringing someone else into not into our relationship, but into our
having some experiences with a third party.
With a third party, right. So we began to talk, and the more comfortable we got with the idea, we started to figure out, okay, now we both understand that this is something that we want to do. How do we accomplish this? Because you don't just walk up to random people and be like, hey, you want to come hang out with us? We out here. You don't.
Unless you got that. Oh, why he here? Oh, why he here? We're not talking about anything that you want to talk about here.
So we so.
Oh, why is she here? But continue.
So hey, listen, I really want y'all to say what's up when you come in, so we know you're here. So we know if we need to tell you to get out of here ahead of time.
It's just my cousin. She gonna love me regardless. Who? Mia.
No. Okay, so yeah. What's up, bro? So yeah, so now we trying to figure out how to strategically do it.
How do you find somebody?
And so we started looking stuff up on the internet, and the internet was still fairly new at the time. This was like,
make us sound uber old.
Well, no. I guess
Oregon
yeah.
Trail.
But
computer love.
The rest of these niggas old on here too. They know exactly. So
the internet was back when the internet was new.
Well, you remember them
Al Gore's
pictures,
internet.
Them webcam pictures. They was all grainy and weird.
Jacobs, you should probably get out of here.
Yeah, you should.
You probably shouldn't be here for this episode.
Bro.
This
I
not
love
the
you.
one.
I love you.
We're gonna have one next week though that you can come to.
Yeah,
this probably ain't
definitely.
the one.
Yeah, I love you,
cousin.
and I want you to love me when you're done. So I suggest you leave. If you stay, you stand at your own risk. So yeah, so.
What would Jesus?
So we on the internet, and we trying to figure out how to go about this. And so we started looking up stuff on the internet. So we found there was a site called
We Love You Too. See you
all
next
right,
week.
bro. Love you. Next week, check in. He said, I love y'all. Y'all rough. So we started looking on the internet, and we found some sites.
Mm-hmm.
I think one of them was Adult Friend Finder, Black Planet. So you know how old this was. So I can't remember what site we actually found this first girl on.
Are you sure that she's the first one? No.
I'm almost positive she's the first one.
So I didn't send you over by.
No, we hadn't even met her yet.
Okay,
We
continue.
hadn't even met her yet.
Just
So,
making sure.
so we find this chick, right? I can't remember what site it was, but we found her. We exchanged phone numbers, and so we began to talk to her. And
she was from
Chicago. She's from Chicago, and if you want to hear grown folks conversation, welcome. Absolutely.
There you go.
Absolutely. We meet this girl. She's from Chicago, and if you know anything about this lifestyle, you normally let the women do all of the talking. You just show up with the meat. That's it sounds rough, but that's really how it works. Because you don't want to get too overzealous, and you don't want to have too much conversation or connection with the other person that's outside of your initial group in your relationship. So you let them talk. So they talking. Of course, I'm there with her, but they talking, and so this situation was so crazy because like we gung ho, we ready, we looking. So we find somebody, and she talking really good, And so we like, send us a picture. Send us a picture. And she get to saying like, oh, my camera, I don't have a camera phone. Now this was during a time
was early, though.
where
This was
it's possible for you not to have a camera phone.
The government wasn't giving out free camera phones.
Right. So this was a possibility for you not to have a camera phone. But where's the beef?
Just show up
So,
with the meat.
hey, bro, listen, that's what you gotta do. Just show up with the meat. You show up like the butcher. So, so we asking for a picture. Absolutely, you absolutely right. Chicago is a hub for different lifestyles. So we show up. We asked her to send us a picture, and she can't. She don't have a camera phone.
Well, describe
I'm
yourself.
like, okay, I get it. I'm starting to feel like, I really want to see you before I drive 90 miles south to Chicago. But okay, you don't got a camera phone. Who am I to talk about your social status? I can't do that.
We're not here for that.
Absolutely, Diana. So we say, okay, well, just describe yourself. We'll send you a picture of us, and just describe yourself. So she starts describing herself. I am brown skin. I'm about 5'8". I'm thick. So overall, I'm a 10. I'm a 10.
A dime.
I'm a dime. Yes,
That's
I'm
the
a
phrase.
dime. I'm a dime. So of course, like I got my Stevie J on, but fellas, another tip.
Not Stevie J.
Another tip: you cannot be too bro. Catfish. I wish Neve was around.
Catfish.
You can't be too overly excited, though. You gotta stay cool. So on the inside, I'm Stevie J though. So we are talking. We talked for a while, a couple weeks, back and forth, and so we decide, okay, we finna take a trip to Chicago.
She said I look like Janet Jackson, more like Freddie Jackson.
Just wait. Y'all jumping the gun. So we go, we go and we book a hotel room, a nice fly suite down there, right by the casino. And so we
go to meet her.
We go, and so we saying like to each other, like, okay, if she's not what we want, then we'll just keep driving, and then we'll go back to the hotel and have fun ourselves, because the room was super fly. So we drive, we pick a place to meet. We had the MapQuest. This was when MapQuest was still out. You had to take the papers with you.
It's still out.
Well, yeah, but you don't have to. You had to take the papers with you, turn by turn. So we get the meeting space and we driving up. And so now both of us have varying degrees of interest in this situation. So she's thinking like, I don't want to ruin this for him, and I'm thinking I don't want to ruin this for her. So that was a mistake because it hindered our communication.
Just put a pin in that.
Okay.
Also, I want you to understand that I've been downtown Chicago. I've never been off onto the side streets and in the neighborhoods of Chicago. So that's also just a factor that I want to just...
She had us meet her at a corner store.
Did we?
Yeah.
I don't remember no corner store. I just remember walking between them two houses to go up them back stairs.
But that was after we picked her up.
This is how you
That was after we picked her up. So we pulled. So we driving up. We driving up. For me. She gives us this
bad decisions.
She gives us this address to this corner store, like a gas station bodega type spot.
Because maybe she wanted to check us out.
That's
and
what I'm thinking.
Make sure we look like we were supposed to look.
That's what I'm thinking. So I see her as I'm pulling up. Now I'm gonna tell from my perspective, and I'm gonna let her tell from her perspective. So I see her as I'm pulling up, and I'm like, she look a little rough around the edges.
Who is dude? the dude?
So she looked like she was on Phone Them Grave. That's what she looked like. If on Phone Them Grave was a person, that's what she looked like. So I see her and I'm like, oh. But hey, so fellas, ladies, just cover your ears for a minute. Fellas, y'all know, once you get into a situation, like, it's not a lot that'll make you back off that situation. So, it is what it is. And plus, she not saying nothing, so I'm like, okay, if she cool with it, I'm cool with it, whatever. So we pull the car over. Do you want to tell them what you thought when you first?
Who is dude? That's what I thought. She seemed a little
gangster,
masculine, but maybe it's because she grew up in a rough neighborhood.
She had on kitten heel.
I grew up on 25th and Hampton, but I stayed on the front side of Hampton, and I spent most of my time between those two corners. So I didn't really like turn off and go around the corner. So like I was in the hood, but not really in the hood. Like I never had to fight at home. Like I threw hands at school. She looked like all her.
She had
life,
on kitten
she
heels.
Had to fight. You can't trust somebody.
And
in
she couldn't walk in these kitten heels.
She put them on just for us. Bad decision. She didn't smell like stripper.
She didn't smell bad though. She didn't smell bad,
but she didn't smell like. I was looking for the other 5 cents. But continue your story because
I thought she was a dime out of $1. So I'm not gonna say that she
you
lied.
You can't judge her dime. You don't know what it was coming out of.
I'm not gonna say she lied.
You're right.
I'm just gonna say the grand total of the sum of money was a lot greater
than what we were
than where that dime came from.
That was our fault. So when somebody tell you they're a dime out of what?
So
10 out of 10, 10
like
out of 100.
We get out
big difference.
We get out the car and we go up and
we follow her.
We introduced. She got in the car.
Did she?
We
you might at
introduced
the store.
ourselves.
You at the store. Okay.
So we introduce ourselves. I go in.
We should have named this a series of unfortunate events.
We should have. We absolutely
yes,
should have.
kitten heels.
Yeah, she had on kitten heels. But I swear, if I could recreate how
Whoa!
Get out of here, Montreal.
Bye, Montreal. You
we
gotta
just kicked
go,
your
baby.
daddy out.
I love you. Yep, we just put your daddy out. Call your daddy and he gonna tell you that we put him out first. But we love you. This ain't, you ain't grown enough. I know you're saying I'm grown. You ain't grown enough.
Yeah, we kick all the grown kids out. All our grown kids.
All our grown
you
kids
one of
got
our
to
grown
go. That's
kids.
right.
You gotta get out of here. We love you too much. So
to ruin your life like this.
So we get out and we talk to her, and so like I'm having trepidation, she having trepidation, but we not communicating. That's why communication.
He must be all right because he ain't pull me to the side and say nothing. So I know how to deal with my trepidation. Where's the liquor?
You moving too fast.
Because it's time to drink.
So
you moving too slow.
So we talk. And like I didn't say nothing to her, she didn't say nothing to me, so everything must be good. So she like, are we going to my house or we gonna go? I'm like, no, we got a whole hotel. We don't have to go. Okay, well, I gotta go to my house so that I got some things I need to grab. I'm like, cool.
Did she grab that pump?
You're moving too fast. So she jump in the car and we drive to her house. Like we in the hood. We probably on O Block or something on Phone Them Grave.
We drove past the first 40.
So we pull over. She like, y'all can come up. Okay. Again. We not communicating. So all right. So the gangway between the two houses was like this big. Like literally you had to walk like sideways down the gangway to go into her house in the back door. And this, thinking about it now at almost 40,
we just got robbed and killed.
We were total idiots, but at the time, it is what it is. We was still in that invincible kid stage. So
they could have stole your car.
Yeah, we could have got robbed. I had no pistol or nothing. So
just out here.
So We
Right.
go into her house. House ain't nasty.
Mm-mm.
It doesn't have a lot of furniture.
But it's not. It's not.
But it's not nasty.
No.
So this one,
All my cousins come to hear about swinging.
so this one asks for a drink. So she like, y'all want a drink? Like, yeah. I'm like, I gotta drive, so I can't drink.
I can drink enough for the both of us.
So listen, I wish I had. So the cup, one of those big tumbler cups, she fills the tumbler cup up with vodka. Fills it up.
Just gonna sip on this.
No, she ain't sip on nothing. She took it like it was water. Like it didn't have any alcohol content in it.
It was a lot happening. Whoa, hey baby, get out of here. You can't do this. You just graduated this year. You gotta go. Don't make me go tell Joe on you. He downstairs. He not even in here.
Him downstairs.
Him downstairs.
So she gets the alcohol and she downs it. Like she a drinker, so in hindsight I should have seen that as at least nervousness. But she drink, so she trying to get faded. Okay, cool. That's good. Once we get to where we're going, so we sit around there for a little bit. So we hop in the car and we go over to the hotel.
I'm drunk.
She is at this point wasted.
Faded. Drink.
Wasted. So we get to the hotel and we start, talking. We all sitting around on a little couch in the couch area, and she talking. We all talking, and like the only thing I can remember.
What?
What'd she say? Wait, did y'all? We don't currently have a spiritual leader.
Whose pastor did we block?
No, we didn't block anybody.
Mm-mm.
So we talking. The only thing I can
Jesus
remember
is my pastor, and he is everywhere.
about the actual conversation was me asking her, "Do y'all got a cousins down here?" And she was like, "Yeah, I got cousins, nieces, nephews, uncles. I got all that down here." And in my brain, in the comedic brain that I have, all I could think of was like, she's really dumb. Like you thought I didn't think.
No, but she didn't.
Well, but
She wouldn't know
still.
about cousins if she if she had never left Chicago.
Well,
You don't know her
listen.
life.
So
That's here.
So
You horrible.
okay, so
We get to the hotel.
we get to the hotel, we talking, I have a conversation. So drunk Paula is, I guess, tired of the kind of beating around the bush. She like,
just getting to know you phase ain't really for me.
You want to take over right here?
I don't remember. I'll explain this to you earlier.
So she gets tired of the talking, so she like, listen, what we finna do, what's finna happen, because something gotta move. So she makes the first move on the chick. Now I'm sitting back, I'm playing cool, I got my little Stevie J on, I'm sitting back on the couch. They getting into the early stages of whatever they getting into. So I'm waiting to be invited in.
I know how dudes feel now.
What you mean?
Like, dudes, sometimes they just sleep with people they're not attracted to. Or, like, I understand how they, like, make moves on the ugly girl. And then you be like, why is he even with her? I don't know. He don't know either. He might have been drunk, too.
This is true.
But you can keep going.
You wait till I take a bite.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
So,
I don't know.
so at this point, I'm waiting to be invited in. Right? They do anything. I'm watching. Super excited. And so she looks back at me and points and says, "Come in." Right? So I'm like, cool, it's time. Just like, I don't know if y'all ever played basketball, but if you sitting at the end of the bench and the coach looking for somebody to go in and he look down and say, hey, Hinton, let's go. It's like, all right, it's game time. It's time to go. So I'm in the game, you know what I'm saying? So I get in there, I start doing my thing. She disappears. Like, I don't know where she went. I'm doing my thing, and I see her get up and leave. And I'm like, you good? She like, yeah, just keep going. I'll be back. So I'm like, all right. So I'm doing my thing. Phone them is having the time of her life. She getting handled, you know. And so, like, but minutes go by. And so she ain't came back yet. So I'm, you know, the inner part of me is feeling like, okay, something ain't right here. So let me go and check and find out what's going on. So I get up, I said, hey, let me go check on her and I'll be right back. So she's still laying there, spread open and everything. And so I go and I open up the bathroom door. She is sitting on the floor, like drunk, crying on the floor. I'm like, oh my God. So I immediately go into a panic, like, okay, what happened here? I don't know how we got from one thing to the next, but now she in here. So I'm like,
this is not what I thought it would be. I've been choosing my whole life. And now here I am.
That's it.
And my girlfriend is a nickel. After telling me she was a dime.
So
I can't make $1 out of 15 cents.
I say.
And I'm devastated because I drunk all the vodka. And it still didn't work. Wasn't enough vodka.
Oh, wow.
So and like his memory is way better than mine because I would have jumped way past all of these details.
I didn't know.
I'd have went straight to the bun.
No. Let's just get it out the way. So I asked her, I say, do you want me to have her leave? And so she like, no. I'm like, nah, I don't like the vibe of this, so I'm going to just take her to the crib and then I'll be back. So I go out there, and so I'm like, hey, my girl not feeling well. I'm going to just go ahead and take you home. And she like, what? Like, I got to take you home. If she not feeling well, I got to take you home. So she kind of feeling some kind of way. So she gets up off the bed, right? And she gets out of the bed and she starts putting her clothes on. And so while she putting her clothes on, I look at the bed and it's she left something in the bed. And I gotta tell her, I'm like, excuse me, phone them. You left your ponytail on the pillow. Hey, y'all know those little bun ponytail things that girls.
The drawstring bun.
She got up and that ponytail was still in the bed. It was on the. And so listen. So in the middle of this crazy situation, the ego in me. This was only on the inside of me. I was like,
microwave kind.
I was like, nigga, you just ate this girl ponytail off. But I only said that.
Horrible.
The embarrassment that she had to go over to that bed and pick that ponytail.
You the worst.
Oh God. Okay. Oh man, that's so funny. That is funny. The memory that I have in my brain that girl walking over with them kid nails on.
I forgot about the kid nails.
Oh, she just like. All right, hey, I'm sorry, y'all.
And them kid nails and that walk like you had hoop dreams.
Oh, she walked like boom. You ever see? You ever seen Michael Jordan check into a game? All right, man. I can't. All right.
You got more to tell.
All right. So,
Reel yourself back.
oh man, that's so funny. Yeah, I'm good. So she picks up her ponytail. I put her in the car and I'm driving her home, and she like, I could have stayed home for all of it. Like she feels some kind of way.
Absolutely could have.
She feels some kind of way. So I drop her off, and I drive back to the hotel.
Stop false advertising.
Yeah.
Get a camera phone.
Oh my God.
Let people pick.
Listen. So so I came back, and we touched and agreed
That
so it was like, well, why you didn't tell me? Well, why you didn't tell me? So then our communication kind of opened up, and we was able to discuss that because we could have had a great time. It was hotel room was dope. It was a casino right up the street. We could have really had a great time, but we had to go through this little trepidation. But they always say you got to go through that to get to this. So that was Chicago. So we enjoyed our night. The rest of the night we had left with each other.
absolutely keep going. Absolutely. But see, we done taking. We
had that established though. We literally had that established. We said if we pull up and she don't look like what we need her to look like, we will decide that we just gonna keep going, because if we stand her up, she live in Chicago. Like, what's she gonna do? But so that was the Chicago story. That was our first experimentation. It went left, but the after, like in the moment, it was very
melancholy.
It was traumatic. I don't want to say traumatic, but
it was very melancholy.
It was crazy. But once we got over that part, and we got to talking about it,
discussing that ponytail,
nigga, the story. Man, listen. Shut up,
Jake.
Every part of that was absolutely hilarious. Every part. Ziggy Bradshaw. Don't we know that name?
Where you know that name?
Ain't that Kim, baby?
No. You talking about Lil Zig?
I just want to make sure.
No.
I just want to make sure. I ain't trying to ruin no 9-year-olds. So that's Chicago. So we do that, we come back, and so I'm thinking like, well, this is ruined, and it was a good try. You gave it a good shot. You did everything you could, and it ain't happening. Oh, I'm live right now. Treats.
Okay.
Jesus Christ.
You ain't learned how to swipe time?
Yeah, but this phone is bigger than my last phone, so I have to.
All right. Okay.
So anyway, on
to the next story.
So okay, so I come back and I'm like, I'm thinking it's over, and so she like I can't remember. I know she brought it back to the table because I wasn't. I absolutely wasn't. So she like, I'm not gonna let this one bad experience, Tracy. I'm not gonna let this one bad experience ruin this. Right. So we're just gonna be a little more careful in our selection process, and we're gonna keep looking. So we looking and looking and looking.
Hey, Lynn. Hey, Anthony.
We looking, and like we being very, very picky. And
did we pick her though? Did we pick her together?
Who? Yeah.
B. I better telling people.
Well, no, we did, but it was how we met her.
Oh, I don't even remember how we met her.
So we get some pictures from, because we actually got the other V picture from this search.
Okay.
You know what I'm talking about?
No.
Smoke it. Smoke like it's crack.
Okay.
Yeah, we got her from.
I didn't even relate her to this story.
Yeah.
Is that how I met her?
Yeah.
Shut up.
Yes.
All right.
She was probably the best candidate for a long time, but we never
Absolutely.
could make things work. It wouldn't work. So we look at it, we really doing our detective work. Yeah, she absolutely catfished us. We doing our detective work. We not even, if you ain't got no pictures, we absolutely not even entertaining you. No. So we meet this older lady. Get out of here, Autumn.
Get out of here, Autumn.
Get out of here, Autumn.
Hey, Autumn. I ain't seen Autumn in forever.
Her and Michelle are good friends on
Are
Facebook.
they? Good. I'm glad. Get out of here, Autumn.
Still gotta get out of here. So, we meet this older lady. We'll call her V. Like, I didn't just say it, but
you whispered it.
Yeah, okay. But even still, you know what I mean? People. So anyway.
But
so
what if she pop in the room?
Then I'm gonna say, "What up? You what's up?" So we meet this chick named V. We'll call her V. This is getting good. Let me get comfortable. Y'all in episode 4 already. I done missed a lot. Yeah. So listen, I got the YouTube is pinned at the top. If you go and search that, she's gonna post the actual link, and then I'll pin that. You'll be able to pull the other ones. I'll be able to pin that. But episodes 1 through 3, you'll be able to go to YouTube and find them. Anyway, so we meet V. So, like I said, we're very particular at what we're doing at this time. So we like, do you have pictures? She like, no. I'm like, oh, we don't really mess with people without pictures. She said, I'll tell you what. Like, she's real grown about her stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Real grown about her stuff.
We were in our 20s. She was in her 40s.
Yeah. So.
But she was bad.
She was bad. And so, she said, I'll tell you what I'll do.
Just touch it, baby. See that?
I remember you did it last time.
Keep talking. I don't know what your phone doing.
It's weird. Move this.
Your phone's stupid.
I don't know why.
It costs so much money.
It costs a lot of money. I'm not really with this. Oh wait.
What is that?
That's the back. How do you?
There you go.
Edit, but still, I don't know why it's doing that. Anywho,
it's not working.
There you go. I had to cover. So yeah. So we meet her, and she like, I tell you what I'll do. I'll meet y'all at Barnes and Nobles. I'll be in the African American study. Like, listen, if somebody tell you they in the African American study section, they grown. She like, I'm gonna be in the African American study section.
Right.
This is what I'll have on. If you like what you see, you can talk to me. If not, then you can keep going, and then I won't never know that y'all came, and y'all can keep moving. So, cool, bet. So we go into Barnes & Noble and go up to the African American Studies part, and there's this Nubian like chick that she don't look her age. She got dreads. She's well taken care of. She's pretty. She's brown skinned. everything's set where it's supposed to be set. She bottom heavy.
Everything's set where it's supposed to be set.
So once again, I leave that up to her, cause I can be a little gung ho, as we know from Chicago. So I'm like, okay, we're gonna go in here. If you with this, then you make first contact, and then we'll go from there. So we go up. Do you remember this part?
Absolutely not. I'm intrigued.
Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ.
No.
So I tell her, if you like it, you go talk to her. So
Is this at Bayshore?
Yes.
Okay.
So she goes up and she says, "Hey V, we was using aliases at the time."
I was Alicia.
My name was Dale. No, this is so funny because you forget about these little details like that until you have to tell it. So she goes up and she introduced herself. For the longest time, she called us Allie and Dale.
Yeah.
It's I don't want to call her name.
Was we Allie and Dale at the parties?
Yes, she not too long ago found out what our real names is, and she was friends with us on Facebook.
She thought those were our aliases.
Right. So she goes up, introduces herself. I'm tired of this. This is really retarded. I'm tired of this. This is ridiculous. So anyway, so we end up.
Focus. That's gonna annoy me. There we go.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we end up. She ended up talking to her. So we end up talking, and talks is going really good. She's very educated. She is married, but her husband.
They was going through some troubles. They actually ended up getting a divorce.
Mm-hmm.
But she was dope.
Yeah.
She was dope. She was really, really pretty. She was really, really
super
smart.
Dope. Super
and
smart.
she was very
she's very self-assured.
Yeah.
She wasn't pushy. But she knew what she wanted, and we were what she wanted at the time. So we're talking, and are you smiling watching the playback?
I was reading.
You
ain't missed nothing, Dale.
Oh
it's
wait,
okay.
I gotta put my comments
There you
back.
go.
Yeah. Jesus Christ. So it's told you I got acne. Yeah, it's my acne. Now you just draw the attention to it. Oh my God.
Sorry.
Oh, she used to. I she,
Dell, Dale.
yeah.
Trees.
Because my middle name is Ardell, so I just took the AR off of that and called myself Dale. And she was Allie, ALY. That was a name that she had been using for all her shenanigans for quite some time.
That was for when I was out with Topanga.
It's not working along. Oh, she stopped working.
She stopped working. Oh, now if you make Miss Malone stop working, you got to.
Gotta come with it.
You got some.
So, all right. So we meet V, and we're going through it. We're talking, and everything is going really good. But I think that
he got scorned by the first experience, and because of the way the first experience ended, he was real not really sure, really kind of standoffish, even a little bit. And a lot of the conversations were between me and Val. It was between me and Val. I can't do it. If we gonna be saying V, I'm not gonna be able to make it.
So you just gonna put it out there?
Well, there's a lot of them.
Yeah, it's a lot of Vals.
Okay.
Could be short for Valentine.
There you go.
There you go. So we
Are we now at the part where I sent you over there?
Yeah, you can.
So we have been hanging out and talking.
Oh my God!
I know it's huge and stupid. I'm sorry. So we've been hanging out and talking, me and Val, and we get to talking about him, and I'm like, I kind of explained to her what happened, before.
Regina, get out of here. We gotta get your whole family out.
Every Jacobs, Regina, all of y'all have been
We
here.
kicked the whole family out.
We put Tony out. We put Montreal out, and now you, Regina, you gotta go.
You gotta get out of here.
We
want
love
y'all
you.
to love you. We want
We
y'all
love
to
you.
love us.
Come back. You and Tony should come back next week.
Next week. Perfect.
But we love y'all, and we want y'all to still love us. So you should probably go.
Go ahead.
But
Stay at your own risk. That's all I'm gonna say.
yeah, there you go. So we get to talking about him, and we get to coming up with ideas to kind of bring him around. And so, was you getting off from work?
Again, now listen. They felt that way. I'm Stevie J. But I can't be overexcited because of how the last situation went.
Horrible.
So I have to be very, very strategic in how I act. And let them do all of the things that they're going to do. And then, once again, when y'all ready, I'll show up with the meat. So that's my job. I show up with the meat. Y'all take care of all of the preliminary stuff. I'm the meat man. So,
Keep going.
so, you was talking. I just wanted to share that a little bit.
So, did you, was you at
No,
work?
I was at your house. I was
Did you
at
come
work,
by my
but I
house
came
after
by
work?
your house and hung out for a minute, and then you sent me.
I told you. We came up with this idea, and so he got off from work, stopped by my house like he usually do, and then after we got done hanging out, I'm like, hey, here's this address, and sent him to stop over here on his way home. Did I tell you what was gonna happen?
No,
I just sent you to the address. Okay.
I think you told me you needed me to pick something up from this address, and so I'm like, okay, cool. I'll pick it up on my way home. And you gave me the address, and you told me the exact route I needed to take to get there, which I didn't understand why you did that, but I
don't know, because it's right off 35th.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Go ahead.
Well, you got there. What happened when you got there?
Well, so
Oh, hi, Jordy. Get out of here.
get out of here, Michelle.
Bye, Shelly.
I'm gonna block them. I'm gonna block all of my children. Get out of here, right now. I can't stand him. He can't stand me. I ain't did nothing to nobody.
Okay, so you get there.
So I get there. She done set up. I don't care if you grown. Number one, I'll still whoop you. Number two, it'll still hurt. And number three, you ain't never gonna be grown enough for me not to tell you what to do. Get out of here before I block you and then whoop you.
Yes, Malone.
Yeah, because they don't have no
They
respect.
hard-headed.
They think because they wear multicolored hair and eyelashes now, and I can't do nothing about that.
Hey,
But I still
Steve.
won't whoop them. What's up, bro? So she has set up this. She set up a fallacious experience for me. From, was that lightning? You saw that?
It's supposed to rain tonight.
All right. So, my work window open. That's bad. She set up this fallacious experience for me, and so I get to this address. I ring the doorbell, and I'm expecting I'm supposed to be getting a package for her, and this woman opens the door. Val opens the door, and she's standing there. So I'm like, oh, all right. So she brings me into the crib, does some, she does some fallacious things, and it was a really good, dope thing. And I'm like,
Honey.
honey? What, with honey?
Yeah.
I didn't know you want me to get into that kind of
Oh,
detail.
no. I was just saying. I was just wondering if you remembered that.
You told her to do that?
Don't worry about what I told her to do.
I never, this is gonna irritate me.
Yeah.
I never knew that.
Ha!
What it say? What it say?
Oh, not no more, Shanika. She don't stay over there anymore. She actually doesn't stay in Milwaukee anymore, which is why I felt like it was safe enough to say Val off 35th. She's no longer there.
That's funny.
That's hilarious.
That's funny. That is very funny. Yeah, she was. Listen, hey. So you'll learn she was a beast. So she sent me over there. We get off into it, and like boom. Now the ball is kind of rolling. So now we are like a group of people, and we talking on a regular basis, and we kind of not looking for actively right now. Like people are sending messages from stuff that we had posted, but we kind of good where we at. So after that happened, nothing really materialized for a while, for a good while. And I'm not sure if it was, do you want to speak to that?
Well,
why things were kind of on a...
I don't know. I don't remember. I don't know what it was.
So I don't
because she was around,
yeah.
and we were around each other. I don't know.
So I don't know what it was, but nothing ever really materialized as far as the group thing went. So a while goes by, and we're in Centuries, right? And we're walking through Centuries, we shopping, and I get a text message from Val, and Val is like, "Hey guys, I love y'all, and it's been cool hanging out with y'all, but there are certain expectations that I had for this situation, and those expectations aren't really being met. So I'm as much as I really like talking to y'all and hanging out and kicking it or whatnot, that's not what I really signed up for. So I'm gonna let y'all find what y'all need to find, and I'm gonna go find what I'm actually looking for." So I'm like, dang, that's messed up. So I tell her.
He reads this message to me. First of all,
go ahead.
I don't get dumped. I ain't never been dumped in my life. Who you dumping? Because it sounds like you dumping somebody. Who is it?
I swear to God, those were her exact words. I ain't never seen nobody hop on the train so fast to trying to figure out. Listen,
I'm not for play. I don't. What's the problem? Oh, you dumping people?
No, we wasn't really I wasn't devastated. I got it. I'm like, okay, I get it. This one, she wasn't devastated. Her ego.
I dump people. I don't get dumped.
She mean that.
Period, Pooh.
She mean that. So, how dare
Ziggy? Yes. Who she think she is?
Listen.
You ain't breaking up with nobody.
So
get back over here. That's why I can't have a girlfriend. Now we all know.
That's exactly what she did.
Who you talking to?
That's exactly what she did.
My girlfriend be yoked up all the time. I can't have no girlfriend. I need to have a healthy fear. He ain't never put his hands on me, but I need to know that if he had to, he could overpower me because I fight.
She hit y'all with the it's me, not you. No, no.
There's more.
No.
That's not how this works.
No. So you're not gonna dump her, and because you're not gonna dump her, you're not gonna dump us.
Was you a part of me reining her back in, or did you just show up at my house
just showed up. I just showed up.
So
go ahead.
I we in the store when he reading me this. I'm like, interesting. No. No, that's not how this works. That's not how any of this works. So I read out the bell. I'm like, hey, so he said he got a message from you. What it say? What it say? What? So what's the problem? Oh no, you need to come over here right now. Get over here. We need to discuss what it is you're talking about because I can't even hear you over the phone. I don't know what you're saying. And so she gets over there and we get to talking and then we put together a plan to surprise him.
They put a master plan together.
I had these dope closets in my this is the first apartment I moved into after I left my first husband. And these closets. I loved my closets. My closets in my room were dope, and they had like this. It was like space for you to put stuff, but then it was like this high thing that was like in the back of the closet. Like you could get up there. It was like a stage almost, like inside the closet, and like if I could put anything or anybody in there and close it up.
We can
put
probably
my clothes
make a
out.
part 1 and 2 of this.
We could.
So we'll finish.
She comes over and she brings our lingerie, and we put together this whole plan for him, and we hanging out before he get there, and then put her, he get there, put her in the closet, and then what did you get blindfolded?
So okay,
I don't remember.
So I'm working at Foot Locker at the time. So
Sounds like Shanika saying I've been a bully since John Muir. That's not true.
That's what she said.
Been like that since Muir. That's not true. I don't.
You probably I believe it though.
I don't.
I believe it. You just don't see it as being a bully.
Perhaps.
So, anywho, I get off work. I go to her crib. So I get there. I done worked all day. She like, okay, go on and get your shower. I'm get everything set up for you, cause we gonna have to absolutely start talk about how you start cooking too.
Okay,
that's a
we can
great
do
idea. So she's like, I'm gonna go get your stuff situated. Just let me know when you're ready to get out. I'll come get you.
But we back together now.
Who?
Me, you, and Val.
Yeah. So
Unbeknownst to you, we still a couple.
So I shower. Let her know. She come in, get me, put me in a towel, and like real just boss, cause we was doing it a lot then. Like literally all the time, 3 or 4 times a day. Whenever we could squeeze it in, we was getting it in. So it was nothing for her to come get me out the shower and take me right down into the bed. Even though women can't take me down.
We'll discuss that another day because nobody's debating you on that today.
You don't have to debate me. It's the truth.
What happened?
Women cannot take men down. Anywho, so she come get me, and she gives me a towel, and then she blindfolds me. Right?
You're right, Shanika. I don't. It's even worse as an adult. Continue.
She blindfolds me, and so she grabs me by the hand and leads me to the bed. Like, oh, it is cracking. Let's get it. So, how do you want me to deliver this?
When did you realize there was more than one person?
Because remember, you whispered in my ear. That's what I'm saying. So, okay, I'm just gonna.
I told you, I don't remember.
Listen, if you in here and you ain't supposed to be in here, this is your own fault. I beg to differ. I don't care if you beg to differ. You can't take a man down. You can allow a man to take you down.
That's not today's topic. We can talk to Patrice about that anytime.
Always.
I've been telling him that he was getting took down for a long time. I don't know why he in denial.
Not never. I ain't never been took down. No.
Continue.
Anywho, so what up, Doc? So she blindfolds me, and she leads me to the bed, lays me down. She starts filleting me, right? So I'm like, let's go. This is beautiful. So she stopped. Like, I still got the blindfold on. I'm like, nigga, what are you doing? Like, this, you don't stop this. So she stops. I feel her get off the bed. I'm like, okay, maybe she finna come around and sit on my face or something smooth like that. But so then I feel her get back on the bed, and she get back to filleting, and I'm like, this is different, but this is dope too. Like, I don't know where you learn these moves at, but this is nice. So she doing it, and then I hear a voice in my ear, and she like, you like that? How does it feel? So like. It was in that moment that I realized, like, there's another somebody in this bed. So then she takes the blindfold off of me, and I see Val going to work. I see her sitting over here. They both got on lingerie like this. Like, I should have wrote Penthouse about this experience because it was so dope. It was so fly. It was set up so dope. Like, she literally mounted my beard, and
Okay, that's enough detail.
I tried. I didn't. Okay, so that's enough detail that y'all get.
We just telling them about our relationship with Val.
Right, but you just said honey in front of the people.
Well, I just said honey. I was asking you if you remembered that.
You said, what about the honey?
Shut up.
See, Mir. This a bully since Mir. This is why I believe
she
it.
just said I don't take any stuff. That's what she said. She cleared that up for you.
Okay, I didn't see
Not
that.
a bully.
I did not see that. So yeah, it goes down, and it was
What happened after that with Val?
with Val.
Yeah.
I think all the other times was just hanging out.
All the other times, I think we're hanging out. I think that...
Because we went to Madison.
Yeah, we traveled with Val. She would travel for work and have us come meet her.
Get us a whole... Listen, she was a boss. Val would travel to Madison and get us a hotel room on the company card and fly up. We getting flew
out to Madison.
We was getting flown out. And we was hanging out, going out. I think she took us to our first LBGTQINTUNITY bar.
Yes, I think so.
Yeah. So yeah, Val was real dope, and we still friends
Yeah, we're
to
still
this
friends
day.
with her to this day. She's a really
She
dope
lives
individual.
in another state.
I do believe that I didn't like being dumped, and so that's how we ended up back in here.
Yeah, absolutely.
But then I was done. I was
Yeah.
I was able to. It's not me. It's you.
Absolutely. And so that's the thing. Like, after we did that, I'm like, cool, I'm geeked. I'm like, oh, this is finna be a thing. Nope. She did that with this simple thought process of, you don't get to dump me, I get to dump you. So we did that, and literally that was it. Like, we remained friends. We hung out and kicked it, but it was never nothing else sexual after that.
No.
So that was our...
The thrill is gone, but you don't get to trump me.
This is
and
true.
I know that's horrible.
This is true. Like,
I'm a horrible person.
The funny thing about it is, like, when you talk about it, like, it sounds funny, like, you don't get to dump me. But she was so serious. Like, when I read that text message to her in Century on Lisbon, nigga, she was so serious. You don't get to dump me. V got taken down. Who said that? This is absolutely. So we've been on here for an hour and 13 minutes.
What else do you have?
We got a bunch. We absolutely, because we have that. We have the parties.
But
because remember how we roll into the party?
No, but can we squeeze the parties in?
We can probably.
Let's squeeze the parties. Let's try to squeeze the
Okay.
parties in right.
All right. So what we're gonna do? We're gonna break this into two parts.
I should read though. I'll be like,
We're gonna break this into two parts. And so we're gonna squeeze some more in here, and then we're gonna come back next week.
No, we're not dragging this in the next week, so you better tell the folks today.
No, we got a lot to cover. You
better do a Thursday episode.
All right, so maybe we'll do a Thursday episode, but we'll talk about the party. So we
it's for real outside.
yeah, it's going down. So we are Val. You know, we good.
We're still friends.
We're
but
still absolute great friends. Absolutely great person. Shut up, punk! I knew they was gonna start talking about something.
JJ.
Hey, shut up. So we still great friends today. So we wasn't doing anything with her anymore, but we had developed this type of.
You need a thunder buddy.
We developed this
She on the line too. She grown.
She the police.
Oh yeah, she the police.
She the police. Congratulations. Oh no, that's not the one that just got married.
Stop.
God should have made two of them.
We love you and we praying for you, Shamara.
Yeah, y'all be safe out there. And they both police. Jesus. So yeah, so we have this insatiable quest for all things lifestyle now.
Well,
because it's like so much during the time of us looking.
What else is there?
During the time of us looking, we started just like really seeing like there are different avenues of all of these different things that.
Yes, he needs a Thunder Buddy.
Absolutely, Thunder Buddy. We can kind of see. I think I'm doing that with my black skin. So we start looking into stuff, and so there was a couple that
in the city
that was in the city.
I was having these parties.
We'll call them Chuck and Judy.
Chuck and Judy.
Chuck and Judy. Chuck and Judy. So Chuck and Judy, they hit us up on one of the sites that we was on.
Looking for stuff.
And they like, listen, how long y'all been in the lifestyle? I'm like, what lifestyle? What are you talking about? So he kind of like explained like what the lifestyle was. And
so where we was out and looking to bring one person in, the lifestyle that he was referring to was the swinger lifestyle.
Well, no.
That's what was happening.
No.
Party.
Well, yes, but he wasn't. The lifestyle just doesn't encompass
It's like a key party with no keys.
The lifestyle doesn't.
Ooh.
Tanita,
she should probably go home too.
Tanita, get out of here. We love you too. We don't want you to not love us. So we're gonna give you the same thing we gave everybody else.
Stay at your own risk.
Stay at your own risk.
All right.
So, what's that?
The parties challenge. You like them, and now you trying to find out how you can top the one before. Absolutely. It's like, okay, we've experienced this. Now what can we do?
What can we do now?
What's bigger? What's the next thing?
So we get this message from them, and he's like, "How long y'all been in lifestyle?" So I'm like, "I don't know. I don't understand what you mean." So me and him talking. So now it's a guy. So I get to talk to him. He kind of like, "Listen, my wife and I, we throw these parties right here in the city. Y'all can love you too, boo.
Love you, Tita.
Y'all can come check it out. It's a no pressure situation. Nobody's gonna force you to do nothing you don't want to do. You can come, you can participate, you can watch, you can hang out in the main room. You don't have to do nothing you don't want to do." So I'm like, cool. So I talked to her. Monkey, hey.
Go ahead, I got him. Come on, Rocco.
So look at this dummy
Not
jump
you.
on the back of the couch.
Not you, sugar.
Jesus.
Not
So
little.
he like, we throw these parties, y'all can come through. So I'm like, I talked to her about it. I explained to her same way he explained to me. She was like, well, what we really, we ain't got nothing to lose, so let's just go check it
I
out.
want to go be nosy.
This nigga be in the camera every week. You think Tuesday Tales is about
Daddy.
you, don't you? Don't you think that? You think that? I know you do.
Hey.
Anyway, so Chuck and Judy. So we decided to go. They're having a hotel party. They bought a whole floor of a hotel, and so we decided to go. So we get there, and before we go, we go by her friend house. See, if y'all remember from episode
That wasn't
3.
the first party, was it?
No, was it?
No,
it wasn't.
We had been to the party before.
Knock it off.
The
Hey!
first party, we just went.
Yeah.
It wasn't the house party, was
No,
it?
it was a hotel party. Right.
And we went and we just kind of went room to room and watched.
So
It's
we
like
got.
It was a bunch of
so
rooms.
so
and
we
it was
got
a bunch
there.
Of people, and it was all kinds of stuff happening.
So we got
It
there.
was like a live.
So listen, we got there, And they had it set up so dope to where they had where you checked out at, but there was a room before you got into the main area. And
like a game room.
No. Remember that it was them two chicks in there just busting down.
Oh,
and then one chick was mad because
one.
the dude couldn't get it up, and she was mad. But that's how they pulled you in. You got to go in that room for free, and then everything else was happening in the hotel. So we get in, we get paid, we pay our money, and we get these bracelets. So we kind of walking around, and like there's a room where people playing spades and hanging out and talking and drinking and eating or whatever, and then the rest of the rooms in this wing was just beds. They was just all beds, and so we there. We knew we don't know nothing about nothing, so we walking, and I remember just going into these different rooms and seeing all of these different things happening, and like the parties was so dope because like if you have a voyeur fetish, or I don't even want to say fetish.
Like
if you like to watch stuff, this is the place to be because you can see so many different things happening with so many different people. So we watching, and the crazy thing about this first party, and I don't know if you remember this. So we go and we looking in these different rooms, and everybody just doing their thing, and so we find one room where there's nobody in there. So we like, hey, let's just do it in here because nobody's in here. And
right, it was one room where nobody was in there. There was so much going
everybody
on.
doing their thing over there. Let's do our thing right here.
Because we chasing excitement, right?
So we get down, we start doing our thing, right?
And now.
So we start doing our thing.
What are we doing?
And like when we locked in, we locked in. Nothing else in the world is happening because we locked in. So I'm doing my thing, and I hear, "Yeah, get her." I'm like, "What? Yeah, that's right. Do it. You get her." I turn. It's a nigga's. His penis was like right here. He's standing there, totally naked. The nigga standing there. He ain't got noun draw. Not a noun draw on. Standing there like Superman. He got his hands on his hip. He's standing there like Superman. Like, get her. Like, oh, so I'm like, hey, bro, just give me a little room. By the time we finished, it felt like the entire party had came into the room and was standing around.
Get out of here, Nikki Berry.
I don't know her song.
You don't know her, but she gotta go. I done rocked her on my lap.
Yeah, you gotta get out of here. you gotta beat it. So it felt like the whole party has came into where we was, and they standing in a semicircle,
too close,
cheering us on. There is titties and dicks.
So they all been in the other rooms,
shaven and unshaven vaginas all around us. Like they close. People start like getting on the other side of the bed, ain't doing anything. Like it was like a lot of sensory overload for this to be our first time here.
This is my first time here.
So
I need a special bracelet.
We get done, and so the party was dope. We enjoyed ourselves. So Chuck and Judy, who are the guest of this shindig,
they're the host.
They're the host. I'm sorry.
These are their parties.
They throwing a party. So he pulls me to the side like, "Hey, bro, we enjoyed y'all coming.
We should come back.
Y'all should definitely come back." And so we
went to the house party.
We went to a
couple more parties.
We went to a couple more parties.
Then we went
Same
to a house
deal.
party. That was Wear Your Lingerie.
That was the house party. Yeah, that's right.
The lingerie house party, and after that.
So we went to a bunch of parties. Went to a house party. After that, he approached me about going into business with them because we was coming to every party. We was really the center of a lot of attention at the parties. We made ourselves very friendly, I'll say.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I know what you mean. I just don't want them to draw. Like, I'm
so,
out here doing enough.
Right.
That's the only sex I had at one of these parties.
No, that's not true.
That's sex
at everyone we went to.
No, we didn't.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes, we did.
I can't co-sign that, people. I don't remember.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I was drinking. We discussed that earlier.
Absolutely. So.
My friend's season. So we went to this party, and on the way to the party, we stopped by my friend's house.
Season. If you remember in episode 3, in episode 2 and 3,
Season got her leg ran over in episode 2.
No, that's episode
1. Episode 1, Season got her leg ran over at the end of the episode. Mm-hmm. Season was in last week's episode for something. I don't remember what.
Wiping the.
She wiped. She was in episode 2 for cleaning off the
plate.
The license plate. The time I got arrested, it was because of Season. And then Jake, it's
hey,
that show though.
Get out. Hey.
And
he's so hard.
So we stopped by Season's house on the way to this party, and being the lovely friend she is, if you watched last week, somebody has a story about ecstasy. It's not me. That's last week's story. This week, I let Season give me something, and I'm like,
she like, y'all going to a freak party? This is exactly what she said. Y'all going to a freak party? I got something for you, girl. You wait right here.
So she gives me something, and like, Season has been my friend since I was 18. I mean, like my ride or die. That was my buddy. So of course, here I am. I take it because I'm stupid and I'm young and I'm dumb. And so she gives me something, I take it, and then we head off to this party. Y'all, I get to this party, and like, it's enough that goes on at these parties. But what I'm gonna tell you is, I was seeing things like people weren't people; they were like characters. Because I was hallucinating.
It was Halloween.
Was it a Halloween party?
It was a Halloween party, and people was dressed up. But not like dressed up. They had like little bunny ears or...
It was a cat.
Yeah.
So Judy was a cat. And Chuck was a rat. Is this the party that he attempted to take me down?
No, that was not that party. That was not that party.
Lucky me.
That was not that party.
Yeah.
So, do you want me to tell that story?
You can.
So...
Another time that we almost didn't share that we wasn't down with this. Like,
so...
Hey. Get me out of
here. Listen. That's why I said we should have part 1 and part 2 this. But hey. So... she takes the pill, we go to the party, and like she is like, I'm geeked because like this supposed to be a super pill, but she get to the party and now she like nodding off, like to the point where I'm like, hey man, wake up, what is going on? Like you drug. So.
And when I would see characters.
Yeah, we ended up having to leave early. I don't think we did nothing that party.
I couldn't figure out why that rat kept getting close to me.
We didn't. I don't think we did nothing that party.
No, we didn't.
But I ended up taking her home early because it was done. She was done. I was so mad at Season after that, giving her drugging her up with whatever that was.
Hey, Mark.
What's up, Mark? So we go to another party with Chuck and Judy, and this is before we went into business. I'm gonna cover us going into business, and then I'll end it, and we'll come back Thursday probably and do part 2. So we go to another party, and this party is a lot smaller than the normal parties that we are used to. So it's only a few people there. Us there, Chuck and Judy there, a couple of the regulars. And so, like, we sitting on the bed together. Because when we go, we didn't really interact with nobody but just between the two of us. So we sitting there on the bed together, and, like, Chuck and Judy start like sashaying their way towards us, like real, like sauntering towards us. Like, okay, what's happening here? So Chuck sit next to her. Judy comes and sit next to me. Judy reaches into my pajama pants and pulls the young boy out and starts like filleting me.
Here we go.
And so Chuck is sitting next to her. And so Chuck like reaches around her and starts like rubbing her like this. And like, you see the look? I want y'all to see the look on her face. You see the look? This is the look she had. So I look over and I see this look on her face. And I'm like, okay, like now at this point, I have the experience to be able to read her without her having to say anything. So I knew that the look on her face was like, get this nigga away from me. I'm like, cool. So I tap Judy and I'm like, hey, she not with it. But Chuck and Judy were professionals. They were in the lifestyle for a long time, so they understood it wasn't, they got it. She literally got up and was like, hey, who want to see me do a DP? And went in the other room because it was her birthday.
Oh, well.
It was a costume party for her birthday.
I wasn't.
So yeah, she wasn't with it.
I'm not giving up for no birthday. Ain't no birthday.
So we that was
filleting.
So we talk. So fast forward. We go to a bunch of parties. I saved her from that.
I done seen him. I had seen him have sex with people. I didn't want that.
Yeah. So
it wasn't for me.
We ended up going into business together. So that entailed he taught me a lot about the business, and to the point where we were throwing our own parties. And I was throwing parties and she was just coming with. That better? So we was throwing these parties.
And I was voyeuring.
Yeah. And I remember the parties that got so big once we went into business.
Out the hotels, out of the house, and into that one place.
So if a lot of you from Milwaukee, it was Club Purr at the time.
It was Club Purr. What was it?
Right on 35th in 35th and Capitol.
Right off of 35th and Capitol.
Yeah.
Wasn't it a church or something?
No, it wasn't no church.
I'm talking about now.
I don't think so.
It's some type of religious.
You know what? It was
now.
a church, a Christian
center
hangout.
Oh, okay.
Something. I don't know what it is. No, I ain't been
it used
over
to be
there.
Club Purr.
Ain't no birthday sex.
Mm-mm.
No, she wasn't going, bro. She
Not
wasn't
celebrating
going.
your birthday with sex.
So we
with me.
So we started throwing these parties together. So we went from the hotel parties to the house parties till we got to the point where we was throwing these parties in actual clubs. So Club Pure was like a lesbian, I believe. Purr. It was a lesbian spot on 35th and Capitol. And it had like a bar section in the front.
It was huge in the back.
But in the back behind these curtains, it was like what is
the old
the dawn of the day?
Yes.
Is that what that movie called?
Dawn of the Dead.
No.
Dusk Till Dawn.
Dusk Till Dawn. Yes. Like if you ever seen that movie, if you know how like that little bar was in the front and then behind it was like all these catacombs. That's kind of how it was in the back. It was huge. It had all of these rooms. We had put beds in these rooms. And this is where I literally learned that I loved the microphone. Get out of here, Zay.
Bye, Zay.
Get out of here, Zay. We love you, bro. But you got to go. We love you. And we want you to keep loving you.
Be blessed.
Yeah. So we put beds in these rooms, and this is where I learned that I loved the microphone because I was hosting these parties. So I would be on the microphone, going around from room to room, talking about what was happening, hyping the people up, because we had like this huge dance floor. People could come and dance. Like we had Milwaukee's version of what I would think that hedonism would be like. Yes.
Yeah.
We had a place where you can eat. We had a place where you can dance. We had a place where you can drink. So we had it all, and then we had rooms all over.
What was in that back room though? The back open room. It was like a swing. What was it?
It was one of those sex swings. No, that wasn't in the back room. That was up on the stage.
On the stage. Okay.
Yeah, it was up on the stage. It was like a sex swing. Like this wasn't the first time they had people like us in this place. So the parties was going down, was making great money from it. But I think we ended up falling out, him and I, over money. I think I was putting too much in on the front end and not getting enough out on the back end.
That's exactly what that meant, Ziggy.
What happened?
It was a lie. She said if it was like dusk till dawn, that means y'all had a good time, and then things got super wild till morning.
That's exactly what happened. That's absolutely exactly what happened. So I think
I let a white guy hold my boobs.
Yeah. So listen, the coolest thing, because like I said, I'm so sick of this. Like I said, we had gotten to the point where I know I don't like it either. We had gotten to the point where our communication was super dope by now. So I'm up. I got the mic. I'm hosting the party. I'm talking. You know, I'm literally moving this party, and she just sitting over in her little chair, and it's a white dude that's sitting next to her, and like he a fun white dude. He not like a creepy, goofy white dude. He fun. He ain't pressing. Because the one thing about these parties is that no means no, and nobody's going to ever. Hopefully, and if they do, it's gonna be problems.
Yeah, they get put out.
But nobody's ever gonna, force themselves in any kind of situation. You get invited into a situation if you get into it. So she's sitting there, the guy's sitting there, he having a good time, and like he want to touch her titty. If you know my wife, she has very nice titties. She got grade A boobs. How Dave Chappelle say, great New York boobs. So, and she with it because he having fun. He don't mean no harm. But she looking at me, get out from there. She look at me to make sure that it's cool, and then I look at her like, hey, whatever you with, I'm with you. And so, but we don't have to say anything to each other at the time to be able to communicate.
Love you, Auntie.
Love you, Auntie. We don't have to say anything at the time to communicate that. So, boom, she whip it out, he grab it. Yeah, he a Miller Lite white dude. So, but yeah, that kind of fell out after because money always kind of gets in the situation and it kind of spoils things. So that was our Chuck and Judy experience. So in part 2, I'm gonna leave y'all because we've been on here for a while.
It's my bedtime. Yeah,
so 1:30. That's about right. So part 2, we're gonna talk about some other experiences that we've had that involve a lot of liquor and our different experiences with throwing the parties. So we appreciate y'all coming again. Before we leave,
You gonna have to do that?
No.
Thursday?
Thursday. We'll do it Thursday. So be on the lookout for Thursday. But again, go to the YouTube. The page is pinned to the top. Go to YouTube, like like the videos there, and then subscribe. Because once we get 1,000 subscribers,
we're gonna give away $1 for each subscriber, which would be $1,000.
We're gonna give away $1,000 to one person between the first subscriber and the 1,000th subscriber.
Ooh,
subscriber. That's his tongue. So once we get to 1,000 subscribers, we're gonna give away $1,000. So that means that y'all, when you go like the page and you subscribe to the page, you'll be in that number for that $1,000. Now, if you share the stuff and other people come and subscribe, and you tell them to subscribe because we got fire content, then you'll we'll get to 1,000 people quicker, and you'll get that $1,000 faster. So we really want y'all to do that, because we really want to go live from from YouTube, because we don't have to kick a lot of people out of YouTube. So we able to kind of talk and be a little more free. Y'all don't have to hear me say...
You're going to be more free?
Yeah, you don't have to hear me say filleting a bunch of times. So, believe me, man, we got stories for days. We're going to talk about individual stories from our youths, small peepees, and
I was grown, dude. I was a whole adult. That was right before I started dating you.
Yeah, so we got stories for days. So Tuesday Tales is always gonna crack, but we want to thank y'all for coming and hang out with us.
Yeah.
Make sure y'all share the videos. It's important. Go and like and subscribe on YouTube, and be on the lookout, because if we do part 2 of this, it'll be Thursday, so that we can start fresh on next week Tuesday and have some content that everybody can come in and enjoy.
Right, we don't have to put anybody out next week Tuesday.
So yeah, love y'all. Y'all have a safe and uneventful night, and we'll talk to y'all in a minute.